All right, everyone. Welcome to the championship, the 9U championship, bracket A, between Diamond Elite and R3. And let's see. Bear with me, folks. Just trying to get a last-minute items here. All right, so Diamond Elite is going to be the home team here, while the visitors is going to be R3. So leading off for R3 is going to be Logan again. That looks like a lot like, well, we'll just play it by ear because I'm not sure that if this is the right one or not. So we'll wait and see. I snapped a picture of that in the dugout because he didn't bring me the paper, but I don't know if that's right because that's the exact same one as last game, so I'm not sure.
So the first three, yeah.
First three's right, Logan, Hunter, and Vladdy. Okay. If you don't mind, I will. Okay. All right, folks. Here we are. Thanks again for joining us for the championship, the 9U Bracket A Championship here in Canal Park, Field 7. It's the first time we broadcast on Field 7 at Canal Park. Diamond Elite 9U versus R3 9U. And about to get this one underway. On the mound is Romero pitching for R3, and behind the plate there's a ball high to start things off. Here is McGillivray is the catcher. So 1-0 count. Ball inside. So 2-0 count now to Logan to lead things off here in the ball 3. So 3-0 count now to Logan to lead things off here in the top of the first inning, the championship between Diamond Elite and R3. No score, nobody on. First batter. And the pitch. And that's ball 4. So leadoff walk here in the first. And that'll bring Hunter to the plate with Vladdy on deck. Nobody out, one on, top of the first inning, no score. Foul ball. And that's going to be an 0-1 count now to Hunter. No balls, 1 strike. There's a fly ball in the left center field. That's going over the center fielder's head. Logan is going to third base. Hunter's on the way in the second with a stand-up double. And there are now runners on second and third here in the top of the first inning. That'll bring Vladdy to the plate. Or no, is that? Yes, Vladdy to the plate. Number 11 on deck. Colin, okay. So Colin's on deck. Runners on second and third. Nobody out. Here in the top of the first inning of this championship game. This game is brought to you by Visit StPeteClearwater.com, Tampa Bay USSSA, and broadcast by Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. I'm Doc, commentator and broadcaster for this championship game. So ball gets inside, outside, I guess, but the runners stay as the catcher quickly got back and picked it up. So it's a 1-0 count on Vladdy. Colin on deck. So 1 hit, 1 walk given up by Romero, and here's the pitch. It's a fly ball snagged by the shortstop, and everybody holds where they are. Nice job at shortstop, had to go a long way to get it. And that is 1 out. So Collins steps up. Join. And Julian is on deck. There's a ball in the dirt. Nice catch by the umpire, who shouldn't have caught the ball, but I don't have it. One ball, no strikes. To Collins. There's a fly ball into left field, and oh, it's out of left fielder's glove. That's going to score a run, and that allows Hunter to move to third, and it's a 1-0 lead for R3. And we'll give that an error to the left fielder as that popped in and out of his glove. One out, 1 run in. That hits Julian. And Julian will get down to first. That'll move Colin to second. They hit him right on the ankle, so a little tender there. So. It's a ball in the dirt. Here comes Hunter, and Hunter will score as the ball gets away from Romero, and it's a 2-0 game. That'll move Colin to third, Julian to second. It's a ball in the dirt. Cole's on deck, I think, right? Oh, 1 strike. Okay, that was a strike. Sorry about that, folks. No balls, 1 strike. 1 out, 2 runs in. Runners at second and third, and the pitch. Ball, and the runner holds at third. So now it's a 1-1 count to Peyton. I didn't quite get the lineup from R3, which is why I'm kind of, it's a very kind gentleman, Mr. McKee, right, is helping me out here. I think it's Logan's dad. And a ball in the dirt, and it's 2-1. Timeout by the umpire. You gotta share those, you know. So the director here on site gave a bag of M&Ms to the umpire. All right, so Cole is definitely on deck. Peyton's at the plate with a 2-1 count. 2 balls, 1 strike, Blue. And here's the 2-1 pitch from Romero. Called strike, and here come, nope. halfway down the line. He's, wow, Colin just gets back. Whoops, it's a 2-2 count, so 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 runs in, 2 runners on. And here's the 2-2 delivery from Romero. That's ball 3, and it's a full count. Is that Connor coming up after him? Okay. And the pitch. Ground ball, back to Romero. He decides to come home, and they call the runner out at home. So Colin is out at home. Nice play by Romero. And that's 2 outs on the fielder's choice by Peyton. That moves Julian over to third. So Romero's on first and third. 2 outs. Brings Cole to the plate. Connor's on deck. And the pitch. That hits him. And that's going to load the bases. So it's 3 walks issued by Romero and giving up 1 hit. He's given up 2 runs. Very smart play to get the runner out at home. There's 2 down, and bases are loaded. Connor steps in with Zane on deck. And the pitch. Ball in the dirt. That gets away. Here comes Julian, and he's in there for the 3rd run. So a 3-0 lead so far in the top of the first here for R3. That moves Peyton over to 3rd, Cole over to 2nd, and that's a 1 ball, no strike count to Connor. And here comes the 1-0 from Romero. Swing and a miss. And it's a 1-1 count. Oh, that gets away from Romero on the throwback. And that gets underneath the shortstop, and that scores another run. So Peyton's in with Cole staying at second base. So we'll give that an error to 2-1. It's an error on the on the catcher, sorry. Error on the catcher. There's a swing and a miss, and that's strike 2 to Connor. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. 4-run lead here in the top of the first for R3. And called strike 3, and that is 3 outs. So R3 gets 4 runs on 1 hit, 2 errors, and 1 left on base. So 4 runs and 1 hit, 2 errors, 1 left on base, and at the end of a half inning, it's R3 4, Diamond Elite coming to bat. In that first inning, Romero gave up 3 walks and 1 hit and 4 runs. All right, so coming up in the bottom half of the first inning for Diamond Elite, it's going to be Sandoval, Brown, and Salinas. So catching is Vladi, and on the mound looks like Peyton. And it is. So Peyton is on the mound. Vladi's behind the plate. Okay. So in that first inning, with only 1 hit, putting 4 runs across, there was a good play by Romero to get the runner at home versus going to first base, which would give another run to R3. And he did register a strikeout. So, here comes the bottom of 3. See what happens here with the bats for Diamond Elite. Again, this is the championship game, the bracket A here in Oldsmar, Florida at Canal Park, field number 7. So, hey Blue, can I get a picture of the card, please? Sorry about that. 1 second, sir. Oh, thank you. I'll give it right back to you. I just need the, yep, this side's all I need. Oh, shoot. Thanks, sir. Oh, thank you very much. Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. I was just trying to make sure I had the right line up here. So Sandoval's coming in. So they're only batting 10. No subs listed for R3. All right. And there's ball 1 thrown by Peyton to start this off in the bottom of the first. So bottom of the first inning, Diamond Elite trails by 4. There's a ball high, and it's a 2-0 count. So 2 balls, no strikes. Called strike, and it's a 2-1 count. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Sandoval. And here's the 2-2, or I'm sorry, 2-1. And it's 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Unless I missed a strike somewhere. It should be 3 balls, 1 strike. And here's the 3-1 from Peyton. And that's ball 4. And a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the first for Diamond Elite. All right, so Brown steps in. Sandoval down at first base. Here's the first pitch. That's a ball in the dirt. Nice stop by Vladdy, keeping the runner from going to second base. Throws down to first, and the runner's back in plenty of time and is safe. So 1 ball, no strikes to Brown. And the pitch. Called strike. There's a ball outside, and it's a 2-1 count now to Brown. And the pitch. That gets away from the catcher, Vladdy, and that's going to allow Sandoval to go to second base. And that's a 3-1 count. And the pitch. Ball 4, and that's a second walk issued by Peyton. So runners on first and second, nobody out. Diamond Elite has something cooking here in the bottom half of the first inning. Salinas steps in. On deck is Torres. There's a ball just inside, and it's a 1-0 count. So coach goes out and talks to his pitcher. And he's trying to settle Peyton down a bit. All right, 1 ball, no strikes. 2 runners on here in the bottom of the first. No outs. There's a ground ball to second base. Second base fields it over to first, and that's 1 down. So that moves the runners up. R3 leads it 4-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. 1 out. 2 runners on. That's Sandoval down at third base. Brown at second base. Salinas grounded out to second. Torres steps into the batter's box with Rodriguez on deck. And here's the pitch. Ball outside. That gets away. And the Sandoval holds at third base. It's a nice hustle by Vladi to get to the pitch. And it's a 1-0 count to Torres. So 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out. 2 on. And the pitch. Ball high, and it's 2-0. So far in this one, R3 has a 4-0 lead here in the first, and the pitch. Ball high, that gets away from Vladi. Here comes the runner, and Sandoval will score. So it makes it a 4-1 ball game. That moves Brown over to third, and it's a 3-0 count to Torres. 3 balls, no strikes, 1 out, 1 on, 1 run across. Diamond Elite has cut the lead by 3, 4-1. And here's the 3-0. That almost gets away from Vladi, kind of off the end of his glove. And that should be ball 4, unless there was a strike in there somewhere we missed. Must be 3-1 now. I think I missed a strike in there somewhere. And is that full count now? Is that a full count?
Full count, right? Wait, whoa, stop. Step off.
Sorry, folks. So the pass ball, Brown tries to get in, and he is thrown out at home. All right, so 2 outs. There's a ball in the dirt, and a 2-out walk is issued, and a runner is now on. That hit the batter, and so another walk issued to Rodriguez. McGillivray is now up. That is 4 walks issued now by 4 walks now issued by Peyton here in the bottom of the first. 1 run is in, 2 outs. Torres is on second. Rodriguez is on first. Ball 1 to McGillivray. McGillivray? All right, cool. That's a tough one. Thanks to his McGillivry's parents. They've helped me out with pronunciation here, so we're good. There's a foul ball, so it's a 1-1 count now. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Let's go, Preston.
Preston, that's much easier. So we'll call him Preston from here on out. There's a ball, wild pitch. That's going to move the runners up. All right, so runners on second and third now. 2 outs. 2 balls, 1 strike to Preston.
Let's go, Peyton.
Preston, drive him in. Let's go, bud. Drive it. 2 outs. Bring him up.
Relax, buddy, relax. Peyton, money. Come on, Preston.
Let's go, Preston.
There you go, Peyton. Relax, buddy. You got it.
All right, 2 balls, 1 strike,
Let's go,
2 outs,
Preston.
2 on, 1 run across. It's a 4-1 ball game. And the pitch. Pop, foul. It's going to drop in for a foul ball, and Preston will get another shot, and that's a 2-2 count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes.
All right, P, let's go. You're going to work hard.
Let's go. Showtime, baby. Showtime. Let's go. Here we go.
Come on,
Come on, Coach Joey.
Let's go, Preston.
All right, so Preston's back in again with the 2-2 count. And the pitch. Ball outside, and it's a full count now. So 3 balls, 2 strikes.
You got it, Preston. Think of Joey. Think of Joey.
Take a breath, P. Have fun.
And here's the 3-2. There's a pop fly over the second baseman's head. That's going to drop in for a hit. That's going to score 2. And it's now a 4-3 ball game. So a 2 RBI single by Preston. And it makes it a 4-3 game here in the bottom half of the first inning. That'll bring up Rodriguez. So this is Max Rodriguez. And here's the pitch. Ball up and out. And that's going to move Preston over to second base. What's his first name? Elijah. This is Max. Max?
No, that's Rodriguez.
X, this is X? Okay. All right, so I got the clarification. This is X Rodriguez or Xavier. So X-Man, and Elijah is the other Rodriguez. That wild pitch puts a 2-0 count and a foul ball, which makes it 2-1. And that other wild pitch moved Preston over to third. So the tying run's down at third base with a 2-1 count. On Xavier. That's ball high, and that's 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike. 3 runs in this inning. Time run at third, and the pitch. And that should be ball 4. And another walk issued by Peyton. All right, so runners on first and third. Romero steps in. He's the pitcher. Acosta's on deck. Called strike. This is no 1 count to Romero. So no balls, 1 strike. 2 outs, 2 on. 3 runs in. It's a 4-3 ball game here in the first inning. And the pitch. Called strike, and that is an 0-2 count. So no balls, 2 strikes to Romero. Here in the bottom of the first inning. And here comes the 0-2. Oh, there's a ball way outside. Here comes the tying run, and Preston will score the tying run. And it's a 4-4 ball game. And that'll move Xavier over to second, with Romero having a 1-2 count. So both teams have put up 4 runs here in the first inning to make it an even game. 2 outs, runner on second. A 1-2 count to Romero. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is 3 outs. All right, so 4 runs, 1 hit, no errors committed, and 1 left on base. And at the end of 1, it is a 1-1 game. That inning, pitching for R3, Peyton registered 1 strikeout, walked 5, and allowed 1 hit, giving up 4 runs. Here, coming up in the top half of the second inning, is going to be Zane. And looks like they're actually, I'll have that for you here in just a second. Bear with me 1 second, folks. Take a quick break. Be right back with you. All right, just getting the lineups all worked out here, so my apologies, folks. Adam. And Zane. All right, so Zane is coming up. He's the 9th batter, and Adam will follow as the 10th batter. And they're only batting 10 according to what I have in front of me. Let's see here. All right, last game, Zane walked and grounded out to second, but got an RBI. And Adam walked and grounded out to first base, or I'm sorry, grounded out to the pitcher. All right, so here we go. So Diamond Elite only has 9. Zane steps in to lead us off here in the second inning. I've asked the fans of R3 just to make sure, because there's no subs listed this time. That's ball 1 to Zane. No subs listed this time, that we are able to capture that as we move forward. So 1-0 count to Zane, 1 ball, no strikes. It's a tie ball game, the top of the second. Each team has put up, there's a called strike. It's a 1-1 count. Each team has put up 4 runs in the first inning, and it's a 4-4 tie. Romero's still pitching. Preston's still behind the plate, and the pitch. Pop foul out of play. Almost got a car, and it's a 1-2 count to Zane. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that is 1 out. That's the second strikeout registered by Diamond Elite pitching. So Adam steps in, and he'll be followed by Logan. Logan in the first inning, there's a ball just up and out, and it's a 1-0 count. Logan in the first inning walked and scored. As a matter of fact, there's a pop fly, shortstop, and that is 2 outs. So 2 outs. No RBIs are registered in the first inning for R3 because they were all stolen bases at home. All right, so 2 down. Logan steps in. And the pitch. There's a ground ball to first. First baseman fields it, touches first, and that is 3 outs. So 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. And at the end of 1.5, it is a 4-4 tie. All right. So good view of the field there. Folks, I hope you're enjoying the broadcast here today of this championship game between Diamond Elite and R3. 9U championship, bracket A. in Oldsmar, Florida at Canal Park, field number 7. Again, this is our first broadcast from field number 7. And let's see, Julian, or is that Julian? It is Julian now on the mound for R3. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, so they've forgotten to put the subs on the card, and our diligence here in the booth has helped rectify that problem, and that's exactly what they're doing right now. All right, so Julian's almost finished with his warm-ups. Vladdy's still behind the plate. So coming up for Diamond Elite in the bottom of the second is going to be Acosta. And then back to the top of the order with Sandoval and then Brown, both who walked the first time up. Sandoval scored, stealing home and on the pass ball, and Brown attempted but was thrown out. Peyton registered 1 strikeout, 5 walks, and gave up 1 hit in the bottom of the first.
Now batting number 21, Miley Acosta.
All right, so Acosta steps in. And Julian's first pitch is a strike. So no balls, 1 strike to Julian. And a swing and a miss. Strike 2. So no balls, 2 strikes to Acosta. Here in the bottom of the second inning. It's a tie ball game, 4-4. And lights have now come on here at the field. Actually, a few minutes ago, but they just turned them on at the beginning of this inning. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Acosta. And the 1-2 by Julian. Ball 2. And it's a 2-2 count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. And here is the 2-2. Ball 3. And now it's a full count. So after quickly getting ahead 0-2, Acosta's worked it back. And it is a full count. There's a ground ball back to the pitcher, thrown to first base, and that is 1 away. So 1 down, brings up Sandoval, walked his first time up and scored a run. Called strike, and it's an 0-1 count. So no balls, 1 strike. No balls, 1 strike. 1 out, nobody on. Ball high, it's a 1-1 count. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the second. It is a 4-4 game. Both teams put up 4 runs in the first inning. And the pitch. Called strike, and it's a 1-2 count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. there's a ball in the dirt. I think Vlad tried to stop it with his bare hand. So it looked like. It's a 2-2 count now. And here's the 2-2. Pop foul out of play. And it is, we'll do 2-2 over again. All right, and here's the 2-2. Call strike 3, and that is 2 down. All right, that's the second strikeout registered by R3 pitching, the first one by Julian. And here's Michael Brown. I believe that's ball 1. Ball outside, it's going to make it 2-0. So 2-0 count now to Michael. And the pitch. Ball just behind him. A little out inside, outside, I guess. And it's going to be 3-0. So 3 balls, no strikes. 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the second. So both teams so far has done, well, that's a little high. And that makes it. And that is a 2-out walk issued by Julian. That's 6 walks given up by R3 pitching, whether he's registered 2 strikeouts and also given up 1 hit. So Salinas steps in. He grounded out to second base his first time up. Coach calls time, goes out and talks to his pitcher to settle him down. After they got 2 quick outs through 4 straight balls and have put a runner on first base. So now conference at the mound's over. And here we go with the first pitch. Called strike. And it's an 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike. Torres is on deck. Torres walked and scored his first time up. On the single by Preston. Here's the pitch. Ball just outside. Gets away from Vladi. And allow Michael Brown to go to second base on the pass ball. So it's a 1-1 count now. 1 ball, 1 strike to Salinas. And the pitch. Ball up. And it's a 2-1 count. So it looks Danny is his first name. So we'll call him Danny. So Danny has a 2-1 count on him. Julian gets a sign, comes set, and delivers. Ball in the dirt. That gets away from Vladi. And that's going to move Michael Brown over to the third base. Who's the go-ahead run? And there's somebody at home. And he is safe. He stole home all by himself. And we'll give him that RBI to Michael Brown for the heads up. And I believe that's going to be 3-1 count now to Danny. And R3 have come all the way back and taken the lead. I'm sorry, Diamond Elite has taken the lead. So R3 started out 4-0, top of the first, bottom of the first. Diamond Elite tied up 4-4, and they just now have taken the lead. And there's the foul ball back to the screen. And it's a full count. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on, 1 run in. And that's ball 4. So another walk issued by Julian.
Now batting number 27, Isaiah.
And here is Torres steps in. Elijah is on deck. Oh. Coach calls timeout. And pitching change is about to be made. That's the second visit to the mound with Julian. And we'll be pausing here while the pitching change happens. We'll let you know who the new pitcher is going to be here in just a second.
Now batting number 27.
So that is Colin. All right. So it is, that's Colin, correct? On the mound, Colin? So Colin has now come in to pitch. And he'll come in with 2 outs and a runner on first. And we'll take a quick break here at Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. Okay, Isaiah is Torres' name. All right, back to the pitcher, and that's 3 down. So 1 pitch and 1 out by Colin. And that ends the inning. So 1 run, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base, and after 2 innings, it's a 5-4 lead for Diamond Elite. Okay, so far, the hitting for Diamond Elite has gotten 1 hit, 5 runs on 1 hit, stranded 2, no errors committed yet by R3, fielding errors, that is. So that was 5 batters for Diamond Elite in the second inning. And the top of the third. So Preston still behind the plate. Romero still on the mound, it looks like. Yes. Romero still on the mound. It was 3 up, 3 down last inning. Zane struck out. Adam flew out to shortstop. And Logan ground out to first base. Hunter's coming up, so he'll be the leadoff. He doubled his first time up and scored. Vladi flew out to shortstop, and Colin reached on error by the left fielder. He hit a fly ball to left field, popped out of the left fielder's glove, and he got thrown out at trying to steal home. All right, so we're just about to get the top of the third going here in a minute. Little dancing by the umpire there. So I don't know if you folks heard it or not, but one of the moms said, "Hey, Connor, you can feel it, you can get into it." And he just looked at her like, "Nope, that's not me." Let the umpire have all the dancing time he wants over there. All right, so about to wrap this up. Romero throws his last warm-up pitch. Oh, no, throw one more. Or maybe, yep, all right, this throw's coming down. So Preston gets the pitch, pass ball, and he'll go ahead and toss her on down. To second base. All right, so here we go with the top of the third. R3 Charles by 1, 5-4. And here's the first pitch. There's a line shot out to left center field. That's going to get down for a single. And he's going to try for 2. And he's safe under the tag. Wow. So double for Hunter, his second double of the game. So leadoff double by Hunter gets things going here for R3 in the top of the third. Now bring up Vladi, who flew out to shortstop his last time up. Collins on deck. And Colin is now the pitcher. There's the pitch to Vladi, and it's called strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike. So 2 doubles today in this game for Hunter. Last time he scored. Let's see what happens here. He represents the tying run. There's a ground ball to third, fielded by the third baseman. And he was thinking there was a force out, but there's not. And so we'll go ahead and give an infield single to Vladi. So runners on first and second, nobody out. Collins steps in. Julian on deck. Julian got hit by pitches last time up and scored a run. Colin flew out, well, didn't fly out. He hit a fly ball to left field. It was dropped by the left fielder. There's a pitch, swing and a miss. And he was trying to do it again there. It's an 0-1 count to Colin. No balls, 1 strike. And here's the pitch. There's a ground ball back to the pitcher. And everybody is going to be safe. So bases loaded. 3 hits in a row, double and 2 singles. Both infield singles, which is why bases are loaded versus someone scoring. So Julian steps in. He's hit by Pitts last time. Peyton's on deck, who reached on a fielder's choice. And here's the first pitch. There's a pop fly on the infield. And the shortstop snags it, and that's 1 down. So Peyton steps in. Cole's on deck. Cole was hit by pitches last time up. Peyton did score. So there's 1 out. Bases loaded. Called strike. So every batter this inning, Romero has been ahead of or thrown a strike that they've put the bat on. So excellent inning of pitching so far by Romero. And the pitch. Ball a little outside and low, and that's going to be a 1-1 count. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Base is still loaded. 1 out. Diamond Elite are holding to a 5-4 lead here in the top of the third. There's a ball in the dirt, and it is a 2-1 count. 2 balls, 1 strike to Peyton. And the pitch. Ball 3. And it's a 3-1 count now. Now Romero doesn't have anywhere to put Peyton. He does the German symbol for 3. So 3 balls, 1 strike. And it's ball 4, and the game is tied. The bases remain loaded, still with 1 out. It's a 5-5 ball game. Coach is going out to talk to his pitcher. And let's see if there's going to be a change. It doesn't look like he's taking the ball away from Romero, so Romero will remain in. There is 1 out, bases loaded, 1 run across. It's tied the ball game. Cole is stepping in. Cole was hit by pitch his last time up. And he'll be followed by Connor, who struck out looking. So, the funny thing there was that just how he was holding up 3-1. That's why the coach called time, because he thought it was a 2-1 count and didn't see the thumb for 3-1. So the conference is over the mound. Romero's still in the game. Preston's still behind the plate. Cole's in with 1 out, bases loaded, and a tie ball game. All right. And here comes the first pitch to Cole. That's a ball, and the runners almost moved up, but they decided to retreat. And it is a 1-0 count to Cole. Bases still loaded. All right, so it's a 1-0 count to Cole. Bases loaded, 1 out, 1 run across. We have a tie ball game, 5-5 here in the top of the 3rd inning. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. So 1-1 count. One count to Cole. Or Cole. Cole. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. All right, and there's a ground ball to first base. First baseman has trouble. He comes home with it, and the ball's dropped, and everybody's safe. It would have been a force out, but not in time. So we'll call an E2. We will give a fielder's choice to, so Cole reaches on a fielder's choice, and everybody, the catcher, allows the runner to score. And now R3 has the lead with only 1 out, and bases are still loaded. Yes, bases are still loaded. That's called strike 1. So we have Colin at 3rd, Peyton at 2nd, and Cole at 1st, and an 0-1 count on Connor. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 runs across. R3 has recaptured the lead. 6-5. There's a foul ball down the right field line, and we will do 0-2 again. So no balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded. Top of 3. 6-5 lead for R3. And the pitch. Ball outside. And it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And here's the 1-2. Ball up, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Connor. And the 2-2. There's a pop fly on the infield. That's caught by the pitcher Romero for the 2nd out. So 2 down. Zane steps in. Zane struck out swinging his last time up. Bases still loaded. 2 runs in.
See something you like, kiddo. We're driving it. Good job, Preston. Good job. Good job, Lefty.
One more. Let's go, D. Let's go, one, guys. Let's go, one. Let's go.
There's a called strike on Zane, and it's an 0-1 count. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, bases loaded. 2 runs across so far here in the inning. And the pitch. That's a ball up. And it's a 1-1 count. So 1 ball, 1 strike. No, he's the 10th batter. Yeah. There's a ball high. All the runners hold. That's a 2-1 count. Adams on deck. Adam popped out to the shortstop his last time up. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. And strike 2. So it's a 2-2 count on Zane. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. Currently a 6-5 lead by R3, trying to extend it here in the top of the 3rd.
Gotta be in your zone, buddy.
All right, so timeout's over. Romero gets his sign, comes set, and delivers. Ball a little inside there, and it's a full count. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded. The runners will be going. Or they can't. Or can they? Yes, they can. And, oh, it hits him. And that scores another run.
Hey, we gotta run. We gotta run. You gotta run in. You're all right. You're all right. Let's go. We'll get it back. Let's go. Knock us out.
So Collins scores. Peyton goes to 3rd. Cole goes to 2nd. And Zane's at 1st. Adam steps in. He popped out to the shortstop his last time up. And now we'll go back to the top of the lineup. On deck is Logan. And the pitch. There's a ground ball to short. Fielded by the shortstop. And he takes it himself. And that is 3 outs. Let's see here. All right, so after all that, R3 gets 3 runs. They get 3 hits. There was 1 error committed. Just double checking my writing here. 1 error committed, and they left 3 on base. Or 2 on base, sorry, 2 on base. And at the end of 2.5, yes, 2.5. Wow, I gotta catch myself. Sorry about that, folks. Colin's still on the mound, and Vladdy's still behind the plate, by the way, as you're watching the warm-ups. And it is a 7-5 ball game. Romero's struck out 3 walks and gave up 4 hits. Coming up in the bottom half of the 3rd is going to be Elijah, Preston, and Xavier. Elijah's first time up walked and scored. He was hit by pitch. Preston hit a 2 RBI single, and Xavier walked as well. So far, R3 has left 3 runners on base. Diamond Elite has committed 3 errors, and R3 has gotten 4 hits. Diamond Elite, on the other hand, has stranded 2, scored 5 runs, and got 1 hit. The pitching for R3 has registered 2 strikeouts, given up 7 walks, and allowed 1 hit. All right, so the warm-ups are finished, I believe. We're about to get underway here in the bottom half of the 3rd in this tight ball game where R3 has recaptured the lead. They start out with the lead 4-0. Diamond Elite tied it up in the bottom of the first, 4-4. Took the lead in the bottom of the second, 5-4. And R3 scored 2 in the top of the third to take the lead.
Baseball ready, boys.
I was told his name is Elijah. And it's a swing and a miss. Strike one on Elijah. So we'll go with Elijah for now. Rodriguez, last name. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike two. So 0-2 count. So Colin has only thrown 3 pitches, and all 3 of them have been strikes. First one was a ground out back to him. And there's a ground ball to first base. And that is a fair ball, and that is 1 out. So 1 down. Bring up Preston, who singled and drove in 2 RBIs his first time up.
Let's go, Preston!
And he'll be followed by Xavier Rodriguez. That's the name I was told earlier. And the pitch. Called strike, and it is a 0-1 count to Preston. So no balls, 1 strike. 1 out. Nobody on.
Let's go, Preston! Go, bud.
Here in the bottom of the third, and a 7-5 lead by R3. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 0-2 count now to Preston.
Get back in there. Let's go.
Come on, Preston! Looking good, Colin.
Showtime, baby. Showtime.
All you, bud.
Colin gets a sign, comes set, and delivers the 0-2 pitch. It's a foul ball. And we'll do 0-2 again.
Let's go, P. Let's go, Preston.
There's the ball outside, and it's a 1-2 pitch, or 1-2 count.
Preston. Let's go, Preston. You got it. Think of Joey.
There's a fly ball to first base, and that is 2 outs. So 2 down, both outs made by the first baseman. I think, not 100% sure, but I think that's Zane, maybe? Right here. Call it strike on the batter. Bottom.
Today's the day. Let's go. Today is the day. Let's go.
So bottom of third inning. There's called strike 2. 0-2 count now. Bottom of 3, 2 outs. R3 leads at 7-5 over Diamond Elite. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is 3 outs. So 3 up, 3 down. Colin registers the first strikeout. He's given up no hits, and what an inning! No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. At the end of 3, it's 7-5 R3. Coming up in the top of the 4th, assuming no subs, it's going to be Logan, Hunter, and Vladi. Logan has walked and grounded out to first. Hunter has doubled twice, and Vladi has flown out to shortstop and singled. Infield single. What's that? We are broadcasting on 2 places, Facebook and YouTube at the same time. Both are Tampa Bay, USSSA Sports Network. Yes, sir. There will be Michael Brown, I think, is now pitching number 3 for everybody. Yeah, it is Michael Brown. We do highlight films afterwards and do player of the game for both teams. So, yeah. And we got you dancing as well. So. Hey, I'm giving you credit, man. I'm giving you credit. I'm giving you credit, Paul. All right, so Michael is now on the mound for Diamond Elite. All right, so I think we're just about ready to get underway here in a minute. This is Doc, the Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. We take a quick break. Yeah, on that one, I think he was trying to decide what to do, and he came home, and it would have been a force out at home, and he catch it how you take. He didn't touch first base. No, he didn't. Yeah. What's that? Yes, sir. It'll be highlights of each game that we do, and we'll also show player of the game for both teams. Is there a time limit? 2 hours. 2 hours? Yes, championship's 2 hours. Do you know what time we started? I do not.
Let's go, Logan.
All right, so here we go. First pitch from Michael to Logan, who's leading off here. And the pitch. Ball one. So 1-0 count here in the top of the fourth inning. Nobody on, nobody out. Just got underway in the top of the fourth. And here's the pitch. Ball in the dirt. And it's 2-0.
Have fun out there, bud.
It's pretty chilly here in Oldsmore. Currently, it's a chilly 69 degrees. There's a ball outside. And it's a 3-0 count. For most people around the United States, that'd be warm. But here, with the wind blowing, wind chill is probably about 65, so it's cold. And here's the 3-0 pitch. Ball four, and Logan is on with his second walk of the game. So that's 4 walks given up by Diamond Elite pitching. 2 registered strikeouts. And 4 hits. There's a pop fly. Almost fill it. Oh! There's a 4. Oh, it's safe! Oh, goodness. All right, so the pitcher couldn't get to play at first because he couldn't get to the fly ball. So we'll call that an infield single for Hunter. So Hunter's 3 for 3. Logan wasn't sure if it was going to be caught or not. So he was unable to catch it, so he goes to second to throw to second base. The shortstop can come up with it, and runners on first and second, nobody out here in the top of the fourth. And there's the first pitch to Vladi, called strike, and it's 0-1. So Vladi has flown out to shortstop, infield single, scored, and now he has no 1 count on him. So R3 is threatening again here in the fourth inning. There's a ball outside, and it's 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. 68 degrees now, folks. 68. And it's on the decline. And here we go. And that hit Vladi. Looks like he's all right. He's walking it off. And that's going to load the bases with nobody out. So they're threatening to add more to the tally here in the top of the fourth. They currently lead at 7-5 is the lead by R3. Timeout by the umpire. As Vladi is going to walk it off. Like I said, it's getting a little chilly, so that baseball is going to sting a bit more than it normally would. Feels like a winter day in northern Ohio right now. Here in beautiful Tampa, Florida. Oldsmar to be specific. And here's the pitch. Called strike. And it's a 0-1 count to Colin. So no balls, 1 strike. Julian's on deck. Bases loaded. Vladi at first, Hunter at second, and Logan at third. And here's the pitch. It hit him, and that's another run. All right, so coach goes out to talk to his pitcher. And is there a pitching change coming? Yes, there is a pitching change. And it's going to be... I'll give you a number here in just a second, let you know who the new pitcher is for Diamond Elite. I think it might be... I'm not sure. And I'm not sure who it is yet. He won't turn around. He backs up to the mound versus turn around and walk back.
Sean throwing to you. That's Coach Sean, just like in the case, Bubba. Vamos.
So let me see if I can find out from one of the parents who that is on the mound, because I can't get him to turn around and show his number. Do you know who that is on the mound? Sir, do you know who that is on the mound?
The mound is Kevin Rodriguez.
Kevin Rodriguez?
Kevin. Kevin.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So, he's number 9, right? So it's Kavil Rodriguez, who's now pitching for Preston, still behind the plate. Who's now pitching for Diamond Elite. Let's see, Michael was the initial pitcher, and now it's Kavil. All right, so bases loaded, nobody out, 1 run across. It's an 8-5 game now by R3 in the lead here in the top of the 4th inning. Bases loaded for Kavil, and here's his first pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike to Julian. Again, like I said, Cavil's facing the bases loaded, no out situation. And here's the pitch. There's a ground ball to third base. Third baseman comes up with it. He throws over to first. Not in time. And 1 run is scored. And the bases are still loaded. So give an infield single to Julian. Bases are still loaded. Nobody out. It's a 9-5 ball game. And Peyton is stepping into the batter's box. And Preston's going out to talk to his pitcher. All right, here's the first pitch to got away, and here comes the runner, and he will score. So on the pass ball, Cole, pinch run for Vladi, he scores. That moves the runners up. 3 runs across this inning makes it a 10-5 ball game. Colin is on third, Julian on second. Peyton has a 1-0 count on him. There's a ground ball foul, and that's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Still nobody out here in the top of the 4th. So Kaysen will be batting for Cole. There's a called strike, and it's a 1-2 count to Peyton. So Kaysen's on deck. Cole, that was Cole pinch running for Vladdy, the catcher, because he is subbing, so he's sent in to pinch run. There's a grab ball down the line, first base line. That's going to score 1, maybe 2, definitely 2. That's going to put Peyton on third base with a stand-up triple, and he's coming on home. Here's the throw, and he's safe. So an inside the park home run by Peyton. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's 6 runs this inning with still nobody out. And Kaysen will be stepping into the batter's box. And that makes it a 13-5 ball game. Now, if everything is still standing the way it is, that's an 8-run lead. If that rule applies, if no more runs are scored and for some reason Diamond Elite would not score, it would be an 8-run differential after 4.
Bombs away, Kaysen. Let's go.
All right, so Kaysen steps in here. Called strike, 0-1 count now.
Bombs away, bud.
And here's the 0-1 to Kaysen. That's a ball in the dirt. That's a 1-1 count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wow, a lot of exciting action here this inning. R3 put 6 across after an inside the park home run, 3-run inside the park home run for Peyton. And here's the 1-1 pitch to Kaysen. Foul tip, and it'll make it 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. All right, and here's the 1-2. Just a little high, tad up, and it's a 2-2 count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, nobody on. Top of 4, 6 runs in this inning. It's a 13-5 lead for R3 in the top of the 4th. And here comes the 2-2. Ball 3. So full count. Kaysen is subbing in for Cole. And here comes the 3-2. Swing and a miss. And that is 1 out. So Connor steps in. And I'm not sure that's Zane on deck, but we'll confirm in a minute who that is. So Connor steps in. He has walked and struck out. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 1. Or I'm sorry. Struck out looking, flew out to the pitcher. So it's an 0-1 count to Connor. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 4th. It's a 13-5 lead for R3. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 2. And it's quickly an 0-2 count on Connor.
Hey, see it, buddy.
And here's the 0-2. Ball 1.
Let's go, Connor. Bombs away, bud.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch There's a ball in the dirt, and it's 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. This is the 8th batter this inning for R3. Getting 6 runs. And the pitch. Ball outside. And, or no, called strike 3, and that's 2 outs. Yeah. So 2 down. 2 strikeouts now by Kevel after settling it down. So Jameson steps in to hit for Zane. Called strike. So Kevel, after those first little bit of shakiness there right after coming in, he has settled down and gotten ahead of the runners here. And it's an 0-2 count. 2 outs, 6 runs across, 13-5 lead for R3. There's a ball, and it's 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. 13-5 lead again for R3. And here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and he struck out the last 3 batters. So 6 runs on 1, 2, 3. On 3 hits. I don't believe any errors were committed that time by Diamond Elite. And they left 0 on base. So 6 runs on 3 hits. And that makes it a 13-5 ball game. So far, Diamond Elite pitching has registered 5 strikeouts, walked 5, and given up a total of 6 hits. Sorry, 7 hits. 7 hits. All right, so now flipping over to Diamond Elite coming to the plate. So Colin is still on the mound. He's pitching a really good game since he's come in. Pretty much shut down Diamond Elite. Now, if R3 holds Diamond Elite to no runs here, that will effectively end this game. So leading off here in the bottom half of the 4th inning is Romero, followed by Acosta, and then back to the top of the order with Sandoval. Now, Romero struck out swinging his first time up. Acosta grounded out to the pitcher, and Sandoval has walked and struck out looking. Pitching for R3, they've captured 3 strikeouts, given up 7 walks, and only given up 1 hit. But they have given up 5 runs. So it looks like we're ready to go here. Here in the bottom half of the 4th. All right, so here we go. Romero steps in. And the pitch by Colin. So 1-0 count, 1 ball, no strikes to Romero. Swing and a miss. And that is a strike. So 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out, nobody on. Bottom of 4. Diamond Elite is trying to extend this game. They're trailing by 8 runs, 13-5. It's a 2-1 count now on Romero. And the pitch. Called strike, and it's 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, nobody on. Bottom of 4, a 13-5 lead. R3 holds an 8-run lead over Diamond Elite. And here's the pitch. Called strike 3, and that is 1 out. So Collins registered 2 strikeouts. The last 2 batters he's faced, as a matter of fact. And Acosta steps in. There's a ball just a little bit high. It's a 1-0 count. 1 ball, no strikes to Acosta. And here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Be ready.
And the pitch. Ground ball, foul. And they're at the plate. Sorry, I thought it got away from the plate. Now it's a 1-2 count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Colin has been ahead of every single batter he's faced. And this one's no different. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out and the pitch. And it is a 2-2 count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one was just a little bit high and inside. Just a tad. With Sandoval on deck. Walked and struck out looking last time at the plates. And that's strike 3. 2 outs. So 2 down, 2 up, 2 down. So Colin coming in has registered, well, he's faced 6 batters and got all 6 outs, and 3 of those are strikeouts. There's a ball high. That's really the first time he's fallen behind a batter in this one so far. To 1-0 count to Sandoval. Michael Brown is on deck. Michael has walked twice and scored once. And Sandoval did score in the first inning when he did walk. And here's the pitch. Ball 2. So 2-0 count. 2 balls, no strikes. And potentially Diamond Elite's down to their last out. But we'll see. Here's the pitch. Foul tip right into the glove, and it's 2-1. Nice. Vladi did a good job hanging on to that one. So 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. There's a line shot onto left field, and Sandoval is on with a single. So a 2-out single by Sandoval. The first hit given up by Colin, and Diamond Elite is still alive here in the 4th. So Michael Brown steps in. Like I said, he walked twice. He's thrown it at home in the first inning, but he scored in the second inning on the pass ball. Or actually, it wasn't the pass ball. He was smart base running. And so we're going to do a pitching change. Colin did a phenomenal job. Faced 7 batters, gave up 1 hit, and struck out 3. And who are they bringing in to pitch? Not sure. Just yet. Or yeah, I guess we are. I'll get the number here in just a second. We'll see who that is. Maybe. And, oh, that's Cole. So Cole is in there pitching. So he will be back in for Kaysen. Now, like I said, if... Bottom. Yes.
I was getting it for you.
Oh, thank you. So now last inning, the pitcher that came in for Diamond Elite, he kept, instead of turning around and walking back to him, he kept backing up like this. I never could tell who it was. And thankfully he turns around. So we're bottom of 4th, 2 outs. Sandoval's on first base with a single. Now Sandoval scores. That would extend the game. So Michael steps in. And here's the first pitch from Cole. There's a ground ball back to Cole. He has trouble with it, throws over, and that's the ball game. That's 3 outs, and that is the ball game. What a ball game. Saw a home run, several hits, and R3 has come out on top in this one, 13-5. Folks, I want to thank you for joining us here at the broadcast of the Fall Championship, the Clearwater Fall Championship, brought to you by visitstpeteclearwater.com and Tampa Bay USSSA, brought to you by broadcasted by Tampa Bay USSSA Sports Network. To a very good game here between Diamond Elite and R3. R3 are the champions of this year's Clearwater Fall Championship with a final score of 13-5. A couple quick stats for you here. So the pitching for, let's start with the pitching for R3. They registered 5 strikeouts, gave up 7 walks, and gave up 3 hits. The batting for Diamond Elite got 3 hits, like I just mentioned, 5 runs, and stranded 3 runners. The pitching, on the other hand, for Diamond Elite, they registered 5 strikeouts, gave up 5 walks, but also gave up 7 hits. That's a 13-5 victory, again, for R3. Congratulations to them. Again, thank you so much for joining us, and a special thank you again to all the site directors, the one you're seeing right now in front of your screen. Charlene for Oldsmar, Canal Park. Tim Labus, the tournament director. All the umpires, the parents, the players, the coaches, the social media crew, the field crews have made this tournament possible after all that rain we got from Hurricane and Tropical Storm Nicole. So thank you to everyone for all the hard work. And again, this is Doc signing off. Again, the final in this championship game is R3 13,